Your mind is the foundation of everything you do, everything you achieve, and everything you become. If you want to change your life, the first thing that must change is your mindset. Success, happiness, confidence, and resilience don't start with external factors, they begin within you. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act determines the results you get. Every great achievement in history started as a single thought in someone's mind. Before a champion wins a race, before an entrepreneur builds an empire, before an artist creates a masterpiece, there was belief. A belief that it was possible, a belief that they had what it took, a belief that no matter how hard the road, they would figure it out. But here's the problem: most people never train their minds to think this way. They let negativity, self-doubt, and fear take over. They repeat the same limiting beliefs over and over again like a broken record. I'm not smart enough. I'm not lucky. I'm not talented. I'll never be successful. These thoughts are poison. They keep you trapped. They convince you that where you are right now is where you'll always be. But that is a lie. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant weeds, negative thoughts, doubts, and fears, your life will be overrun with them. But if you plant powerful, positive, and growth-oriented thoughts, you will create a mindset that attracts success, happiness, and opportunities. The key is to become aware of the thoughts that are running your life and make a conscious decision to change them. This isn't just some feel-good idea. It's backed by science. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on what you focus on. This is called neuroplasticity. The more you think a certain way, the stronger those neural pathways become. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, your brain strengthens that belief. But if you start feeding your mind with empowering thoughts: I am capable, I am strong, I can figure this out, you start rewiring your brain for success. One of the most powerful things you can do is start your day with the right mindset. Most people wake up and immediately check their phones, scroll through social media, and fill their minds with negativity and distractions. That is the worst way to start your day. Instead, take control of your mornings. Spend just a few minutes feeding your mind with positivity. Read something that inspires you. Listen to something that empowers you. Repeat affirmations that reinforce the person you want to become. It may feel strange at first, but over time it will transform the way you see yourself. Another powerful habit is visualization. Every successful athlete, entrepreneur, and leader uses visualization. Why? Because your mind doesn't know the difference between a real experience and one that is vividly imagined. When you visualize yourself succeeding, whether it's in your career, your fitness, or your relationships, you're training your brain to create that reality. You're programming your subconscious to find solutions, to build confidence, and to take action. If you can see it in your mind, you can make it happen in your life. But belief alone is not enough. You must back it up with action. Many people fall into the trap of thinking that positive thinking alone will change their lives. It won't. You can't just sit around and hope for success. You have to put in the work. The purpose of training your mind is to make sure that when challenges arise, you have the mental strength to keep going. Life will test you. You will face obstacles, failures, and setbacks. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit isn't luck or talent. It's mindset. The people who win are the ones who refuse to give up, who keep pushing forward no matter what. Think about the most successful people in the world. They have faced rejection, criticism, and failure more times than you can imagine. But they didn't let those moments define them. They used them as fuel. They trained their minds to see failure as feedback, not as a reason to quit. They saw setbacks as lessons, not as proof that they weren't good enough. This is what separates winners from everyone else. So if you want to change your life, start with your mind. Pay attention to the thoughts you entertain. Challenge the negative ones. Replace them with powerful, positive beliefs. Feed your mind every day with inspiration, knowledge, and motivation. Train yourself to see challenges as opportunities. Visualize your success. And most importantly, take action. Because when your mind is strong, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you. Success is not about making massive leaps overnight. It is about the small, consistent actions you take every single day. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a short period and underestimate what they can achieve over time with steady effort. The truth is, the little things you do every day compound. Just like money in a high-interest savings account grows exponentially over time, so do your habits, skills, and progress. If you commit to getting just 1% better every day, the results will be life-changing. The problem is, most people don't have the patience to see it through. They expect instant results, and when they don't see them right away, they quit. But that's not how success works. Think about it this way: if you work out for one day, you won't see a difference. If you eat one healthy meal, your body won't transform. If you read one chapter of a book, you won't suddenly be a genius. But if you do these things consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month, your progress will become undeniable. The small choices you make every day determine the person you become. If you choose discipline, effort, and consistency, you will grow into someone strong, skilled, and successful. If you choose comfort, laziness, and excuses, you will stay stuck exactly where you are. The challenge is that the effects of small actions are not immediately visible. This is why most people give up. They don't realize that their daily habits are either pushing them closer to their goals or pulling them further away. Success is not about a single breakthrough moment. It is about the hundreds, even thousands, of small decisions leading up to that moment. The musician who suddenly becomes famous has been practicing for years in the shadows. The athlete who wins the championship has been training every single day, long before anyone was watching. The entrepreneur who builds a successful business has been putting in the work, failing, learning, and improving over time. If you want to change your life, start by mastering the small things. Wake up a little earlier. Read for 10 minutes a day. Exercise regularly. Improve your skills bit by bit. Have the discipline to stick to the habits that will move you forward. Even if you don't see immediate results, trust the process. Every repetition counts. Every effort adds up. The person you are becoming is shaped by what you do repeatedly. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to take huge, dramatic steps to achieve their dreams. The truth is, small, consistent progress is far more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. If you try to do too much at once, you will burn out. Instead, focus on steady improvement. Just do a little more today than you did yesterday. Push yourself to grow, but don't overwhelm yourself. If you commit to this, the results will come. You won't notice the changes immediately, but one day you will look back and realize how far you've come. The key is to stay committed, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Most people quit right before they start to see progress. They stop just short of the breakthrough. You must trust that every small action is moving you forward, even if you can't see the full picture yet. Success is about patience, persistence, and consistency. If you keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and keep improving, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The compound effect of small actions is one of the most powerful forces in life. Use it to your advantage, and you will transform your life in ways you never imagined. Fear and self-doubt are the biggest barrier standing between you and the life you want. They whisper in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough. They convince you to stay where you are, to play it safe, to never take the risk necessary for growth. But here's the truth: fear is a liar. It is not real danger. It is only an illusion that exists in your mind. The most successful people in the world feel fear just like everyone else, but they refuse to let it control them. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is not the absence of fear, but the ability to push through it. Most people wait until they feel ready before they take action. They think they need more experience, more skills, more confidence. But readiness is a myth. No one ever truly feels ready before they step into the unknown. Confidence does not come before action, it comes as a result of action. The only way to overcome fear is to face it head on. If you wait for fear to disappear, you will be waiting forever. The people who succeed are not fearless. They are just willing to act despite their fear. Think about every major achievement in your life. There was probably a moment before it happened when you felt uncertain, nervous, or afraid. Maybe it was the first time you spoke in front of a crowd, the first time you applied for a job, the first time you stepped into a new environment, but you did it anyway. And after it was over, you realized it wasn't as terrifying as you thought. That is how fear works. It grows stronger the longer you avoid it. But the moment you confront it, it loses its power over you. The same applies to self-doubt. That voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough is not the truth. It's just a story you've been telling yourself. And the more you repeat it, the more you believe it. But just like any story, it can be rewritten. Instead of feeding your doubts, start feeding your belief in yourself. Remind yourself of your past victories, no matter how small. Remind yourself that every expert was once a beginner, every leader once felt lost, every champion once doubted themselves. The only difference is that they kept going. One of the best ways to silence self-doubt is to take action. When you prove to yourself that you can do something, your confidence grows. It doesn't have to be a big step. Just one small action in the direction of your goal is enough to weaken doubt and strengthen belief. If you want to be stronger, start with one workout. If you want to be a writer, write one paragraph. If you want to start a business, take the first step, no matter how small. Action destroys doubt faster than anything else. Fear and self-doubt will always try to hold you back, but they only have power if you listen to them. The people who win in life are the ones who refuse to let those voices dictate their future. They understand that fear is just an obstacle to be pushed through, not a stop sign. They take the leap even when they're scared. They step forward even when they're unsure. And because of that, they grow stronger, more confident, and more unstoppable with every challenge they overcome. You have a choice. You can let fear and self-doubt keep you stuck, or you can decide to rise above them. The moment you stop listening to those voices and start taking action is the moment your life begins to change. Fear is not your enemy. Doubt is not your destiny. You are capable, you are strong, and you are ready even if you don't feel like it yet. All you have to do is take the first step. Motivation is a powerful force, but it is unreliable. It comes and goes like waves, strong one day, non-existent the next. This is why most people struggle to stay consistent with their goals. They rely on motivation to push them forward. And when it fades, they lose momentum. The truth is, the people who succeed at the highest level are not the ones who always feel motivated. They are the ones who have built discipline, the ability to take action regardless of how they feel. Discipline is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who quit when things get hard. Motivation is easy when everything is exciting and new. When you first start a new workout plan, a new project, or a new business idea, it's easy to feel energized and inspired. But what happens when that initial excitement wears off? What happens when the hard days come, when progress is slow, when you don't feel like showing up? This is where discipline takes over. Discipline is the voice in your head that says, I don't feel like doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. It is the ability to push forward even when you're tired, even when you're uninspired, even when no one is watching. Most people believe that success is about working hard when they feel like it. But true success is about working hard even when they don't. The athlete who wins championships does not skip training on the days they feel tired. The writer who finishes their book does not wait for inspiration to strike before they write. The entrepreneur who builds a thriving business does not stop working when challenges arise. They keep going. They show up every single day regardless of how they feel, because they understand that progress is built through consistency, not occasional effort. The key to developing discipline is removing emotion from the equation. If you only take action when you feel like it, you will never be consistent enough to see results. Instead, you need to set a standard for yourself and stick to it no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're tired, busy, or not in the mood. If you committed to something, you do it. This is how strong habits are built. This is how winners operate. They don't wait for motivation, they create momentum through action. One of the biggest myths about discipline is that it requires extreme willpower. It doesn't. The secret to staying disciplined is to make the right actions as easy as possible. Remove distractions. Set up a routine. Make a plan and stick to it. When you make a decision in advance and commit to it, you eliminate the mental battle of whether or not you should do something. There is no debate, no negotiation, just action. This is what separates successful people from everyone else. They don't give themselves the option to quit. Another powerful tool for building discipline is focusing on the long-term vision rather than short-term feelings. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are investing in your future self. Every time you push through resistance, you are strengthening your mindset. Over time, discipline becomes a habit, and habits shape your destiny. The person you become is determined by the actions you take consistently, not the ones you take when you feel motivated. When you shift your mindset from relying on motivation to developing discipline, everything changes. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You take control of your life. The people who win are not the ones who always feel motivated. They are the ones who show up anyway. They are the ones who do what needs to be done, even when it's hard. If you want to change your life, stop chasing motivation and start building discipline. It will make you unstoppable. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your mindset, your habits, and ultimately, your success. Energy is contagious, whether positive or negative. If you spend your time with people who are constantly complaining, making excuses, and settling for less, that energy will start to shape your own thinking. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, disciplined, and committed to growth, you will naturally rise to their level. This is why protecting your energy and choosing your environment wisely is one of the most important decisions you will ever make. Many people underestimate just how much their environment influences them. They think that they can stay focused and motivated while still spending time with negative people or exposing themselves to toxic influences. But the reality is, over time, your surroundings will shape you. You might not even realize it at first. Little by little, negativity seeps into your mindset. You start adopting the same limiting beliefs as the people around you. You start doubting yourself. You start making the same excuses, and before you know it, you are stuck in the same place, wondering why nothing is changing. One of the biggest shifts you can make in your life is to take control of your environment. This means being intentional about the people you spend time with, the conversations you engage in, and the content you consume. If you are serious about growth, you need to surround yourself with people who push you forward, not hold you back. These are the people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. They don't let you settle for mediocrity. They encourage you to aim higher, to work harder, and to believe in yourself. Sometimes this means making difficult choices. It might mean distancing yourself from friends or family members who are constantly negative or unsupportive. It might mean spending less time in environments that drain your energy and more time in places that uplift and empower you. It might mean cutting out distractions and replacing them with things that feed your mind and strengthen your mindset. This is not easy, but it is necessary if you want to reach your full potential. One of the best ways to upgrade your environment is to seek out mentors and role models who embody the mindset and success you aspire to. Even if you don't have direct access to these people, you can still learn from them through books, podcasts, and online content. Fill your mind with wisdom and knowledge from those who have already walked the path you want to take. Let their experiences and lessons guide you. Another important step is to actively build a network of like-minded individuals who share your values and goals. Find people who are also striving for greatness, who are committed to self-improvement, and who refuse to settle for less. Engage in conversations that inspire growth. Surround yourself with energy that fuels your ambition. When you have a strong support system of driven individuals, staying on track becomes much easier. Your environment is not just about people, it is also about the habits and routines you cultivate. If your surroundings are filled with distractions, you will struggle to focus. If your daily routine is chaotic and unstructured, you will struggle with consistency. Take control of your space. Organize it in a way that supports your goals. Create a routine that sets you up for success. Remove the things that drain your energy and replace them with things that elevate you. At the end of the day, success is not just about talent or intelligence. It is about positioning yourself in the right environment, surrounding yourself with the right people, and feeding your mind with the right energy. If you want to change your life, start by changing what you allow into your space. Protect your energy fiercely, because it is the foundation of everything you will achieve. At some point in life, you will face setbacks. You will experience failure. You will encounter obstacles that make you question whether you should keep going. This is inevitable. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is not that successful people never fail. It's that they refuse to let failure define them. Instead of seeing setbacks as signs to quit, they see them as opportunities to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Resilience is what separates winners from everyone else. It is the ability to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you fall. Most people fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their worth. They believe that if they fail, it means they are not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. But failure is not a reflection of who you are. It is simply a part of the process. Every great success story is built on a foundation of failures. Every champion, every entrepreneur, every artist, every leader has faced rejection, setbacks, and moments of doubt. The only difference between them and the people who never succeed is that they kept going. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a step toward success. Every time you fail, you gain valuable experience. You learn what works and what doesn't. You develop strength, resilience, and wisdom. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who fail the most and keep moving forward. They understand that failure is not a reason to stop. It is a lesson to be learned. They use setbacks as fuel to push harder, work smarter, and improve themselves. The key to building resilience is changing the way you view failure. Instead of seeing it as something to fear, see it as feedback. When something doesn't go as planned, don't take it personally. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? What adjustments can I make? Every failure carries a lesson, but it is up to you to find it. If you develop the mindset that every setback is an opportunity to grow, nothing can stop you. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting failure break their confidence. They hit one obstacle and they start doubting themselves. They convince themselves that maybe they're not meant for success, but that is just fear talking. The truth is, no one who ever achieved anything great did it without struggle. Every successful person has been where you are. They have doubted themselves. They have failed, but they pushed through, and that is why they won. Resilience is built by taking action even when things don't go your way. When you fall, get back up. When things don't work out, try again. When you feel like quitting, remind yourself why you started. Success is not about never falling, it's about how many times you get back up. The more you push through challenges, the stronger you become. Over time, what once seemed impossible will become routine. What once felt like a huge setback will become just another lesson. If you want to succeed, you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to struggle, to face rejection, to deal with setbacks. But most importantly, you have to be willing to keep going no matter what. Resilience is what will carry you through the hard times. It is what will separate you from the people who give up. It is what will turn your dreams into reality. So the next time you face failure, don't let it break you. Let it make you stronger. Let it push you forward. Let it teach you what you need to learn. Because the people who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never give up.